Good morning, everyone. Um, well, I guess by the time you see the video, it may not be morning, but it's morning right now when I'm filming it. So, hi, welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to show you my Brunfelsia gigantea. I just got back from a trip, and I was really worried this flower will open after I leave and close and die and drop off before I come back. So I turned the thermostat to 65 degrees instead of what I usually keep it at above 80. So maybe this is paying off. It's been open for most likely 4 days or so, but I wanted to get this in before maybe the last day. Today might be the last day or tomorrow. This is my first time experiencing this specific species. Again, this is Brunfelsia gigantea. I don't really see this species for like outside of horticultural names, so I don't know what species scientifically this belongs to. Maybe this is a gigantea. Maybe this is some gigantic cultivar or variety of another species. But regardless, Brunfelsia in general is a genus of a lot of beautiful plants that are native to Central and South America, and some common ones like Brunfelsia pauciflora, Brunfelsia australis, Brunfelsia americana, Brunfelsia jamaicensens. Well, that's one from Jamaica, and there's I think one uniflora, there's latifolia, something like that. I'm not that familiar with all the Brunfelsia species, but I got this one because on the website, well, actually, a good friend of mine got this one for me because the website said that it's really fragrant. Most of them, well, some of them are pretty fragrant, especially at night, which gives us some name, especially like this one. I think the common name is Lady of the Night. It's not Queen of the Night, so maybe it's not as fragrant as Queens of Nights. But yeah, this is the Lady of the Night. It's still pretty nice. So going to the plant itself, I have it in a 2-gallon container, 1.5 gallon container, 1.7. And I bought this plant pretty much at this size. The website said it's slow growing. I don't know if it really is that slow, but it's gonna be slow in the northeast winter regardless, because there's really diminished sunlight. And the plant gets to maybe several feet tall, and especially if this is a gigantic version of the Brunfelsia. And some of the Brunfelsia has purple flowers to start with, and then they fade into white or creamy yellow. But this one opens white, so the common name is Lady of the Night instead of the one that opens purple and fades into white with common names yesterday, today, and tomorrow because the change of floral color. The plant itself is pretty okay looking, average I'd say. I don't think it's the most handsome by any means, but the flower, look at this. This is just huge. I have an average size hand, by the way. It's not like huge hand or tiny hand. But look at the size of this thing. And it has a really long tube, so that probably some moth at night can get to the nectar at the end of the flower while pollinating the flower itself. The flower itself right now, I don't know if it shows on camera, but it's fading a little bit. The color is no longer that white. It is a little bit yellowish or creamy. Maybe you can't really see that because it's kind of gloomy outside. And in terms of its fragrance, I got back home last night and I stepped into the room. I felt like I smelled something. I wasn't quite sure what it is because I also have some other plants that are blooming. But when I trace the scent back, it is pretty much this plant that is giving off this, I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely not sweet to my nose. It's more perfumey. And it has a great wafting ability. I don't have to stick my nose to it to smell it, but of course sticking my nose to it will smell it a lot better. And in terms of culture, this plant thrives in warmth, in some pretty good light, given it's a Central South America native, and of course it wouldn't handle 100% harsh hard sun like in the desert. So if you live in a really hot area, definitely some protection from the afternoon sun is appreciated. But otherwise, it can take. It's a pretty robust species. You don't have to worry too much about it. Yeah. So I think that's everything I have in mind for Brunfelsias. Maybe I'll get some more species just to compare notes and see how each of them are doing, growth rate, flowering time, whatnot. But yeah, this is my first Brunfelsia since probably college, probably high school actually. So definitely interesting plant, grows well in containers. The plant was given to me in a 2-inch pot and it was already this size. So that's probably some testament of how good it grows in containers. And yeah, so if you have a sunny window, have a container, or if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where this can grow outside, please feel free to try it. It's a really, really nice plant. One more note, all of the plant is poisonous. It's a Solanaceae plant, so like a lot of Solanaceae plants, they're somewhat toxic. I don't know how toxic it is, but don't eat it. So with that note, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.